There comes a moment in life when you begin to sense that there is more. More than the struggles, more than the disappointments, more than the stories your mind repeats. It is as if something deep inside of you is whispering, urging you to look beyond the surface, beyond what you have been conditioned to believe. This is the call of higher awareness, the beginning of seeing life through fresh, expanded eyes. At first, this shift may feel subtle, like a gentle breeze moving through your thoughts. You may notice that you no longer react the way you once did. Situations that used to frustrate you now seem insignificant. Conversations that once left you drained no longer hold power over you. You are beginning to awaken to a deeper understanding, a broader vision that allows you to move through life with clarity and peace. The mind, however, resists change. It clings to what is familiar, even if it causes suffering. It tells you that things are the way they have always been, that people don't change, that your circumstances are fixed. But these are merely echoes of old programming, and they are not the truth. The truth is that perception is flexible. It is a lens, and you have the power to adjust it at any time. When you embrace higher perception, you start to see patterns in your life that were once invisible. You recognize how past wounds have shaped your reactions. You notice how fear has influenced your choices. And as you observe, something remarkable happens. You realize that you are not bound by any of it. You have the power to change the way you see, the way you feel, the way you live. Breathe deeply and allow yourself to absorb this truth. I am open to seeing life with new eyes. I welcome divine clarity into my mind and heart. Let this affirmation settle into your spirit. Say it softly to yourself, feeling its warmth wash over you. Awareness is the key to transformation. The moment you decide to see differently, life begins to reflect that new vision back to you. Every experience you have ever had was first processed through your mind. Every joy, every struggle, every moment of doubt or triumph, all of it was shaped by your thoughts about it. Two people can go through the exact same situation and perceive it in completely different ways. Why? Because perception is not about the event itself. It is about the meaning you assign to it. Imagine a window covered in dust. When you look through it, everything appears dull and unclear. You may believe that the world outside is gloomy, but the truth is, the world has not changed. Only the lens through which you view it is clouded. Your thoughts work in the same way. When they are filled with fear, doubt, and negativity, they distort your reality. But the moment you begin to clean that window, to challenge those limiting thoughts, you start to see life in its true, vibrant form. Your mind is powerful, and the words you speak to yourself shape your reality. If you constantly tell yourself that life is hard, that you are unlucky, that nothing ever works out for you, then your mind will seek evidence to support those beliefs. It will filter out anything that contradicts them, reinforcing the same painful cycle. But when you begin to shift your inner dialogue, when you replace those thoughts with words of love, encouragement, and possibility, everything changes. Let's try a new thought together. I observe my thoughts with love and choose only those that uplift and empower me. Say it with kindness. You do not have to fight against negative thoughts. Simply observe them, like clouds passing in the sky. When a thought does not serve you, Gently release it and replace it with something better. One of the most beautiful things about awareness is that it allows you to step out of autopilot. So often we go through life reacting without questioning why. We assume that our emotions are automatic, but in truth they are deeply connected to our perceptions. When you bring awareness to your mind, you reclaim your power. You no longer let circumstances dictate your state of being. Instead, you choose how to see, how to feel, how to respond. Much of the way we see the world is not our own. It has been shaped by parents, teachers, culture, past experiences. From the time we were children, we absorbed beliefs about what is possible, what is acceptable, what is expected. These mental filters operate beneath the surface, influencing every aspect of our lives. But now, you have the opportunity to pause and ask, is this my truth, or is it something I have merely inherited? Think about an area in your life where you feel stuck. Perhaps it is a belief about your worth, your ability to succeed, or what kind of love you deserve. Where did that belief come from? Who first told you that you were not enough? That you had to struggle? That happiness was out of reach? And most importantly, is it still serving you? Letting go of old perception does not mean denying your past. It means recognizing that you are not bound by it. It means choosing to release the stories that keep you small, the narratives that limit your growth. A powerful way to do this is through self-inquiry. When a limiting thought arises, ask yourself, is this absolutely true? Can I be sure? More often than not, you will find that the answer is no. Now breathe in deeply and affirm, I release all beliefs that no longer serve me. I welcome fresh, new perspectives. Feel the weight lifting from your spirit as you say these words. You are not the same person you were yesterday. You are not confined to the past. You are free to choose a new way of seeing, a new way of being. Another beautiful practice for releasing old perception is visualization. Close your eyes and imagine placing all of your limiting beliefs into a balloon. Watch as they float higher and higher, becoming smaller and smaller until they disappear completely into the sky. In their place, imagine golden light filling your mind, clearing space for new, empowering thoughts. Transformation is not about forcing yourself to think positively all the time. It is about allowing yourself to question, to explore, to see beyond the mental filters that once seemed so real. As you do this, your entire experience of life begins to shift. You start to notice opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You feel lighter, freer, more open to the beauty that has always been present. And so, with an open heart and a willing mind, you step into a new way of seeing. Not because you have to, but because you are ready. Because deep within you, there is a knowing that you were meant to live with clarity, with wisdom, with love. And that truth has always been there, waiting for you to embrace it. The way you see the world is the way you experience it. If you look at life through the eyes of fear, everything will seem dangerous. If you look through the eyes of lack, nothing will ever feel like enough. But when you choose to see through the eyes of love, suddenly, everything changes. Life becomes softer, more open, more abundant. Love is not just an emotion, it is a perception. It is a way of seeing the world, yourself and others with understanding and compassion. Many people spend years searching for love outside of themselves, believing that if they can just find the right person, the right job, or the right situation, they will finally feel whole. But love is not something you find. It is something you become. When you shift your perception to love, you begin to realize that there was never anything missing in you. You are already complete. You are already enough. And from this place of wholeness, you start to experience life in a completely new way. Challenges no longer feel like punishments. They become lessons. People who once frustrated you now appear as teachers, helping you grow. Even the difficult moments begin to take on new meaning because you trust that everything is unfolding for your highest good. Try this affirmation. I choose to see life with love. Every moment is an opportunity for beauty and wisdom. Say it softly, letting it settle into your heart. Love is not something you have to force. It is already within you, waiting to be embraced. A simple way to invite this new vision into your daily life is through gratitude. Every day, take a moment to find something to appreciate. It can be as simple as the warmth of the sun on your skin, the laughter of a child, or the comfort of a quiet moment. The more you focus on what is beautiful, the more beauty you will see. Another powerful practice is to offer love to those who challenge you. If someone upsets you, take a breath and silently bless them. Instead of reacting, choose to see them with compassion. This does not mean you allow harmful behavior. It means you refuse to let their energy pull you into a lower state. By choosing love, you rise above negativity and reclaim your peace. The more you practice seeing through the eyes of love, the more natural it becomes. It is like training a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And before long, you will find that love is not just something you experience in moments. It becomes the foundation of your entire perception. Your thoughts do not just exist in your mind, they shape your body as well. Every emotion, every belief, every perception is felt physically. When you are stressed, your muscles tense. When you are afraid, your heart races. When you hold on to resentment, it can create discomfort in your body. This is the mind-body connection, and it is one of the most powerful truths you can embrace. Many people think of healing as something external, taking medicine, following treatments, seeking outside solutions. But true healing begins within. It starts with the awareness of how your thoughts and emotions are affecting you. Your body is always communicating with you. When something feels off, it is not a punishment. It is a message, an invitation to look deeper. Take a moment to check in with yourself. Close your eyes and ask, what is my body trying to tell me? If you have been feeling tired, is it possible that you have been carrying too many worries? If you have been experiencing tension, is there an emotion you have been holding on to? Your body is not your enemy. It is your greatest ally, always guiding you back to balance. Let's affirm together. With every breath, I bring peace to my mind, body, and soul. Feel the truth of these words as you inhale deeply, allowing relaxation to flow through you. A simple way to support your body's healing is through mindful breathing. When you feel overwhelmed, pause and take 3 deep breaths. Inhale peace, exhale tension. This simple practice shifts your nervous system from stress to calm, allowing your body to return to its natural state of balance. Another powerful tool is self-love. Your body hears every thought you think about it. If you criticize yourself, your body feels it. If you judge yourself, your body responds. But when you offer kindness, your body relaxes. If you have been struggling with pain or illness, try speaking to your body with love. Place your hands over your heart and say, "I love and appreciate my body. I am grateful for all it does for me." The more you tune into your body's wisdom, the more you will notice that healing is not just about removing symptoms. It is about creating harmony between your mind and body. When you shift your perception, when you release fear and choose peace, your body responds with healing. Fear is one of the biggest barriers to higher perception. It distorts reality, making problems seem bigger than they are. It keeps you stuck in patterns of doubt, making you question yourself at every turn. But fear is not the truth. It is just a thought that can be changed. Most fear comes from uncertainty, from the mind's need to control the future. But the truth is, you are not meant to control everything. You are meant to trust. Life is always guiding you, even when you cannot see the full picture. Every challenge, every delay, every unexpected turn is part of a greater plan. When you embrace this, fear begins to lose its grip. Think back to a time when you were afraid of something that later turned out fine. Perhaps you worried about a situation that never happened, or you doubted your ability to handle something, yet you did. This is proof that fear is often an illusion, a story your mind creates. Let's say this together. I trust that life is always guiding me toward my highest good. Feel the power of these words. Trust is not about knowing every detail of the future. It is about knowing that whatever happens, you will be okay. A beautiful exercise for releasing fear is journaling. The next time you feel afraid, write down your thoughts. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of? Is this fear based on truth, or is it a story I am telling myself? More often than not, you will see that your fear is based on assumptions, not facts. Another way to overcome fear is by taking small steps. When something feels overwhelming, break it down into simple, manageable actions. If fear tells you that you cannot do something, take one small step in that direction anyway. Fear only has power when you give in to it. The moment you take action, even in the smallest way, fear begins to fade. Finally, practice surrendering. When you feel uncertain, instead of trying to control everything, try saying, "I release the need to know everything. I trust that all is unfolding perfectly for me." Surrender does not mean giving up. It means letting go of resistance and allowing life to support you. The more you trust, the lighter you feel. The mind no longer has to hold on to every worry, every possibility. Instead, you move through life with a sense of ease, knowing that you are always being guided, always being supported, always exactly where you need to be. There is a quiet voice within you that always knows the way. It is not loud, it does not compete for attention, and it never forces itself upon you. But it is always there, gently guiding you toward your highest good. This is your intuition, your inner wisdom, the deep knowing that exists beyond logic and fear. Many people mistake intuition for just another thought, but it is much more than that. While the mind is full of noise, analyzing, questioning, and doubting, intuition is calm. It does not rush or pressure. It speaks in stillness, in nudges, in feelings that seem to come from nowhere. Have you ever had a moment where you just knew something without knowing how you knew? Perhaps you had a sudden feeling about a decision, or a deep sense that you should trust or avoid a certain situation. That was your intuition. It is always present, but it can only be heard when the mind is quiet enough to listen. Try this affirmation. I trust my inner wisdom. My heart always knows the way. Say it gently, allowing yourself to feel its truth. To expand your consciousness and strengthen your intuition, begin by creating space for stillness. Spend a few minutes each day in silence, simply breathing and observing. When a thought comes, let it pass like a cloud in the sky. The more you practice this, the more you will recognize the voice of intuition when it speaks. Another way to connect with intuition is by noticing patterns. The universe communicates through signs, synchronicities, and recurring messages. If you keep hearing the same phrase, seeing the same numbers, or feeling drawn toward a certain idea, pay attention. These are not coincidences, they are guidance. Journaling is also a powerful tool. When faced with a decision, write down the question, what does my intuition say? Then, without overthinking, write the first thoughts that come to you. The answers may surprise you. The more you trust your intuition, the stronger it becomes. And the more you listen, the more you realize that you are never alone. You are always being guided, always supported, always connected to a wisdom greater than yourself. The words you speak to yourself shape your reality. If you tell yourself that you are not good enough, not smart enough, not capable enough, your mind will believe it. But when you replace those words with love, everything changes. Your inner dialogue is like the background music of your life. If it is filled with self-doubt and criticism, it creates a heavy, draining energy. But when it is filled with kindness, encouragement, and belief in yourself, it creates an atmosphere of confidence and peace. Let's begin with an affirmation. I speak to myself with kindness. I see myself as the beautiful soul that I am. Say it as if you were speaking to a dear friend. Feel the warmth in those words. A powerful way to shift your inner dialogue is through mirror work. Stand in front of a mirror, look into your own eyes, and say loving words to yourself. At first, this may feel uncomfortable, but that is only because it is unfamiliar. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes. Try saying, I love and accept myself exactly as I am. Notice how your body responds. If resistance comes up, breathe through it. Keep going. With each repetition, you are rewriting old stories and creating a new way of seeing yourself. Another practice is to be mindful of the words you use daily. Replace I can't with I am learning. Replace I'm not good at this with I am improving every day. Replace I don't deserve this with I am worthy of all good things. These small shifts create big changes over time. The more you fill your mind with loving words, the more your perception shifts. And when you see yourself with love, you begin to see the entire world through that same lens. Higher perception is not something you achieve once and then forget about. It is a practice, a daily choice to see with awareness, to respond with love, to trust in the unfolding of life. One of the simplest yet most powerful practices is mindful observation. Throughout the day, pause and notice your surroundings. Feel the air on your skin. Listen to the sounds around you. Observe the way light moves. The more present you become, the more beauty you begin to see. Journaling is another way to deepen awareness. Each night, write down 3 things you noticed that day. Something beautiful, something you learned, and something you felt. This helps train your mind to stay conscious and engaged with life. Gratitude is a key practice as well. The more you focus on what is good, the more good you attract. Each morning, take a moment to say, "Thank you for this new day. Thank you for the lessons, the growth, the opportunities to expand my perception." Finally, practice self-reflection. Before reacting to a situation, pause and ask, "Am I seeing this clearly? Am I responding from fear or from love?" This simple question shifts everything. Living with higher awareness does not mean life will always be easy. Challenges will still arise, emotions will still come and go. But with awareness, you move through life with grace, knowing that every moment is an opportunity to choose love, to choose clarity, to choose a higher way of being. You are more powerful than you realize. You are not your past. You are not your fears. You are not the limitations you once believed in. You are a being of light, capable of seeing the world through eyes of wisdom, love, and truth. The journey of higher perception is not about changing who you are. It is about remembering who you have always been. It is about peeling away the layers of doubt, fear, and conditioning to reveal the radiant soul beneath. Take a deep breath and affirm, "I am open, aware, and divinely guided in all that I do." Feel these words resonate within you. Let them become a part of you. You do not have to rush this journey. Awareness is not a destination. It is a way of being. Each day, take one small step. Practice seeing with love. Speak to yourself with kindness. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be. And most importantly, know that you are not alone. The universe is always supporting you, always guiding you, always leading you toward your highest good. Open your heart, open your mind, and step forward into the beautiful, limitless perception that has been waiting for you all along.